After you've completed the Learning About Rubrics assignment, you then can complete the How to View Instructor Feedback assignment. You'll find that usually in Module 2. So let's go there. So when you're on this assignment, it says here to follow the instructions below to locate and view my feedback on your Learning About Rubrics assignment. So don't go to that assignment. Follow these instructions down here that says you go to the grades, which is right here, and then you find that assignment, you're going to open it, and you're going to look at the feedback, and then specifically, you're going to want to locate and copy the statement that's attached to Activity 1. So let's go find that. We'll go to Grades, and when Grades loads, we can click on the Learning About Rubrics assignment, and that'll open a window that shows the document that was submitted and the feedback. So we want this little link right here, so we'll click that. And when it's always a good idea is to expand this window as much as you can given your device size and screen size. Sometimes you may have a screen size that's a little smaller, and so you may have to scroll back and forth and up and down to see all of the feedback. So here we see that this student's document has quite a bit of feedback. Before we get to all of that, though, let's go down and find that statement that you're looking for. And if we scroll down, we're looking for, remember, Activity 1. And notice there's a dotted line that takes you over to the feedback. So we click in this box, copy it, and then we'd return to the How to View Feedback assignment to finish that. But before we do, let me point out a few things about the feedback on this particular student's work. Right here at the top, we already see that there's some problems with formatting, and I've given some information here. For example, this should really be up in the header, and the format is supposed to be 12-point Times New Roman, and that's true for the entire document. Here we see that the naming convention is backwards, and we see that there's a comma here. The due date, you can put that in any format you want as long as you actually have the date of the assignment in there. Here's another classic mistake. Students end up deleting a page break that's right here, and that brings the instructions from page 2 to page 1, and they shouldn't be here. You should never have anything else on the cover page, so this should be moved back down to page 2. You'll also notice that there's a note here that says this is the required file name, and notice what they submitted. Here's the file name that they submitted, which is, as we know from the other video, is incorrect. We can keep scrolling down and we see that there's some more formatting issues. Typically we see students who are using other programs such as Google Docs or Open Office or other programs but this really should be numbered here, and same here, you shouldn't have bullets, it should be numbered. Then finally we get to the activities and the responses that the student provided. And this response does not meet the requirements. It says here, describe your experience or type in not applicable. Well, if this student doesn't have any experience, I would expect to see this, not this. Here, I expect to see a response about feeling such excited or worried. But what this student has said is they've explained what rubrics do for students. That's what you think about rubrics. It's not how you feel about them. And then finally down here in Activity 2, it says total points only. Don't use percentages or provide details. Here we see that the student expects to earn a grade, and because they followed all of the information in the rubric. But again, that's incorrect. There should just be points here. So if we go back up here and we look, we wonder how many points did this student get? And we can look right here. They got 1 point out of 30, but they also submitted the assignment late, so they lost 10% of the available points. Their final grade ends up being 0 of 30. Now the good news is that I do allow you to try again to improve your score. All right, now remember that statement that we talked about. So let's go get that statement. Attached to activity 1, we'll copy the statement. And then we're going to return to our how to view feedback assignment. So we'll go back to our modules, go to module 2, and click on the assignment. And when the assignment loads, we can start assignment. And here we will just simply paste the statement that we copied. We can hit submit. And again, you get confirmation. Right here it says submitted, and now you have a new attempt. So there you have it. How to view instructor feedback.